All right guys, menu number 3 in the cold weather series, chili macaroni with beef. Let's open this thing up and see what we have. Got our cold weather canteen on the ready. Cappuccino, Irish cream cappuccino instant powder. Crackers, cheese spread, accessory pack, plain salted toasted corn kernels. Probably corn nuts. Those are hard on the old man's teeth, but we'll have to give them a try. I love them. Oh my word, look at this.
Oh, that's
boom, Daddy.
All right.
Little something from home. We've got our spoon and our main dish. Mountain House, chili macaroni with beef. Let's see what we've got here, guys. Well, that's interesting. Check that out. Let me pour a little out in my hand. I see beans, I see what I think are dried chunks of meat, and of course elbow macaroni.
That's cool.
With a lot of powder, which means spices. So we've got our hot water from the chow hall. There we go.
That's perfect.
Perfect. And you can kind of see the results there. I'm going to grab this spoon. Yeah, that is cool.
It smells really good. I feel like it's going to be well seasoned, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Give it a good stir. Bring stuff up from the bottom. And yeah, we'll let it set. Ooh, that smells good. Let's open up our accessory pack because I've already made a mess on the tray and I might need to clean some things up. We've got our matches. Got to do this. Excellent, worked fine. We've got our moist towelette, our sugar, our creamer. It's kind of routine now what we get, we kind of know. We have our Bill's Brew coffee, our gum, toilet paper / paper towel, and our cool little Tabasco, Ace's favorite.
I should saved a bunch of them and gave away to some kids who loved them.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's take a look here. We've got our plain toasted corn kernels. I believe it's going to be corn nuts. Oh yeah. Ooh, those are golden brown.
Oh, those are different.
Yes, they look a little bit more like corn pops. Not to be confused with the gang member that our president ran into.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
We have our crackers, which we kind of know what they're going to look like.
You could open up those peanut M&Ms, of course.
You know, I'll do that here in a minute. We all know where that's going. Let's get these crackers open here. And they look just like good old saltines. Coming out there pretty good.
Intact?
Yes, sir, intact. We have our cheese spread, which we need to put out so we can get a good visual on that. Let's check out our cheese spread here, guys. Here's a cheddar cheese spread going down. Here we go. A lot of it. That looking good?
There's a lot.
Yes, indeed. All right. Perfect.
Oh, look, that spider wants some right there.
No, you get away from there.
Oh, he's going right for it. This spider likes cheese.
No, 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 not cheese. Here, come on, come on, come on, come on.
A little extra protein in the meal.
All right. I don't like spiders with my cheese. Let's open up our instant mocha beverage powder here. Again, these are pretty cool because they have that resealable top, like a Ziploc bag.
I've never seen Irish cream.
I haven't either. We'll get some more of our chow hall hot water. Got to be careful here because we don't want to get much on my fingers. I don't know how many ounces. Let's take a look at that real quick because I've put about 3 in so far. Looks like 6 ounces of water need to go in, so let's see what we come up with. 3, 4, 5, and 6. That should do it.
Beautiful.
We'll set that down with our macaroni. Yeah, we'll open up our M&Ms here. We'll wait a minute to try those.
Okay.
To say a quick prayer. Thank you, Lord God, for this food and the bounty. Thank you for providing it richly. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
Well, let's see here. We will start. Let's try with a little appetizer. Try a few corn nuts. You're welcome to try a few.
Well, thank you.
These are really,
hoping you'd say that.
Right off, they look real. I mean, they really do remind me of the corn pop cereal because they're very yellow. And they don't have a whole bunch of powder on them. Usually, I've tried the ranch corn nuts and they have all the dust on them, and they're bigger too. So I'm interested to try these. Man, I like those. That's I think I like them because it's just salted.
Yeah, they're just like
you just taste the corn.
Yeah, they're just like a really nice corn flavor instead of barbecue or ranch or spice.
That's really fun. I've never had that.
I've never had them plain.
I haven't either. Now that
I thought this is going to be boring, but they're actually really good.
These might go good on our mac and cheese too. Chili mac and cheese. Yeah,
I really like them that way.
yeah, they're good. I think it's because it's corn. There's just an edge of sweetness to it too. Oh, that's good. I highly recommend those.
Yeah.
Well, now that is one thing about these crackers. They never break off the way you think they should. When I was first in boot camp, we got tins of crackers, and they were all broken up. They were round. But then when we had the first MREs, they had definite lines, and they broke pretty good. If they were newer, they broke pretty good along the lines to look like a saltine. These here tend to just kind of crumble. But let's get a little dipped into our cheese spread here. And I never worry about spreading that around. I just spread it around in my mouth, you know.
I like that cheese spread because it's not as thick as some of the other ones that are, these cold weather ones that it's like it's a little watery, so it spreads around.
I'm going to get a little cleanse my palate action. All right, let's try cheddar cheese spread with crackers on a brand new MRE. Wow, that's good. You need to try some of this.
I thought it looked different. You know, the other stuff's super thick.
Yeah, it's real creamy. It might have something to do with the fact that it's new. That might help.
Yeah,
You can definitely taste the cheddar cheese. That reflects well on cheddar cheese, I have to say.
It's really creamy. They made that like extra creamy cheese.
Well, I think our meal has to heat up just a little longer, so I think we'll go ahead and cheat and imbibe in a few peanut M&Ms.
Don't mind if I do.
And they're going to be fresh because it's a fresh MRE. They're M&Ms. Oh yeah. You can't go wrong with that. Again, when I first opened an MRE that had, I think it had Skittles or whatever, something new, it was like, that's weird to have a brand name in your MRE. But I had a lot of people comment and they said, hey, when you're out there away from home, overseas, and you're opening up just plain old MREs, it's nice to get something kind of like a package from home. And that's really true. When I was overseas, one of the advantages of getting packages from home was you'd get Fig Newtons, you'd get peanut M&Ms, you know, whatever you liked, you would get that. So I can see if you didn't get care packages or if you just wanted something from home, putting that home-known, homegrown product.
Something familiar.
Yeah, familiar to our home. That's a good move. I think I rescind my previous idea about that. That's kind of cheesy or gimmicky or commercial. No, it's good. Well, let's get ready here. Again, there's no smell. Yep, they're just kind of, there's a little bit of a, maybe that's alcohol or something, but they're not the heavily perfumed.
Those heavily perfumed ones, I can see how that might give a guy away.
Yeah, well, that's true. Somebody also suggested in the comments, he and his family went hiking a lot, and they took MREs with them. And he said the other thing these are good for is to keep them once you've cleaned your hands and wiped your mouth and everything. But hang on to them, put them back into some kind of plastic or whatever so they retain a little moisture, and they're also good for toilet paper. And he said, but it's very important to get the order right. While we're waiting for that main dish to heat up, I was thinking about a funny thing kind of that happened in boot camp. One of the things that you do is Pugl sticks. And if you've never seen that, it's pretty fascinating. But you have a stick with big, looks like a giant Q-tip, except for it's like boxing gloves on either side of the stick. And it's supposed to simulate hand-to-hand combat with a rifle, where you're using your rifle without bayonets fixed, of course, but you use them to beat the other guy up, kind of like boxing with sticks. They would start with the littlest guys first, And the squad leaders, when I was in, they would just pick the tallest people and make them squad leaders. And if you kept doing your job well, you stayed there. If you didn't, they found guys that were better qualified to replace you. They would have all the shorter guys start, and they would go up the height chart, if you will, and try to get guys paired up evenly to fight each other. And so as squad leaders, we fought pretty much each other. And then whoever won, you'd go against, there were 4 squad leaders, so you'd have 2 winners, and then those 2 would fight each other. So I ended up winning. And I mean, if you've ever done the Pugl stick thing, it's exhausting. Well, I was spent. I'd defended myself twice. And they decided, we had a little more time, they decided to have some fun. So they took 2 guys and pitted them against 1 guy. Well, I was the 1 guy. So it was 2 against 1. And of course, I'd been watching most of the time. And one of the things I noticed that was if anybody ever turned their back, the guy they were fighting would rush them and try to get a kill shot, and a headshot was a kill shot. So I had a strategy because I was gassed, I was exhausted. So they had 1 guy on one end, 1 guy on the other, and I was in the middle, had both of them in my peripheral waiting for them. They blew the whistle, and I turned to go toward the guy that I thought was weakest, and I just ran toward him and just you yell a lot, right? I'm yelling at this guy, gonna just clobber him, and I'm thinking the dude behind me is gonna try to sneak up on me and give me a kill shot. So as soon as I got up to this guy, his eyes were big, he was like bracing for the impact. I just wheeled around and I turned and I just swung. It was lucky, but I caught that guy, boom, I knocked him right down. They took him out of the ring. I turned around, made quick, what would you call it?
Quick work.
Yeah, I made quick work out of the guy whose eyes were that big, and I was the winner. So if you ever go to boot camp and you get involved in Pugl sticks and they put you 2 against 1, keep that in mind. It worked for me. Let's see what this meal looks like. See how that looks getting on the tray here. Ooh, that is hot.
Oh, and there's a lot of it.
There's going to be way too much.
There's a lot.
Tell you, this is the one thing about all these cold weather MRE meals is there is a lot of food there. You know, I'm going to it's too hot to handle. I'm going to let that continue to soak. You can see the little ground beef in there. That looks really good. I can see the noodles. There's some spices still on some of the noodles directly. And there's a bean. Little, looks like a kidney bean of some kind. So we've got bean, beef, and macaroni noodle with the sauce. Dang, this is just amazing. Mountain House, gotta hand it to you. You guys have it down when it comes to freeze-dried stuff. And they size it all right, so it all reconstitutes at the same rate in this meal.
Oh, that's why the beef is so small. So it's in little pellets, so it reconstitutes. Oh.
Interesting. I thought the bean would still be hard, because beans are hard, you know, when you dry them out. But there must be something about the fibrous nature of that bean. It absorbed the moisture. It's reconstituted really well. The beef, because it's in the smaller pellets. And the macaroni, I like my macaroni noodles a little al dente, a little bit firm. And that's what these are. They're not super soft where they're just mush. Let's try a few corn sprinkles. I'm gonna let those soak a minute, but then I'm also gonna take some cheese spread. Oh, we got a little gnat there. And a little gnat there. Let's put that all together. Let that heat that cheese up good. Some bird making a racket over us. Everybody wants to get into the act. You know, that's actually pretty darn good. Put little dollops of cheese in there like that. You know, like a stew kind of a thing. Yeah. That's not bad. We'll let that melt down a bit. Let's try some corn with our beef and chili mac here. Gives it a crunch, obviously. That's good. That's like adding, well, you're adding crunchy corn to the mix. And I haven't found anything that I yet, except for maybe ice cream, that doesn't improve when you add corn. Of course, I'm from Iowa originally. That's good. Now we're going to do that. You want to try a bite, Jason?
Sure.
Yeah. There you go. That is good stuff.
It's amazing how it's like dried out and yet it still like looks really good, you know?
Right, right. Even in the dried out state. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try some.
These cold weather M&Ms are like are really
These are
good
the tops,
ones.
yeah. Mm-hmm. I've got cheese and corn in this one along with the regular meal. It's like a party in my mouth. That is good.
This is one of my favorites right here that you've opened.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of the things, I like everything with it so far. Now, we still have our mocha to try, but I like this main meal, of course, is wonderful. Hey, let's try a little Tabasco sauce. And the thing you got to remember about all this stuff, guys, too, look at that. It's like a little plug in the top of the Tabasco. This is just a little bit of it. This isn't all the meal. I still have plenty more of the meal. Boy, that's like a paste. Usually it's, oh, there's the liquidy. But you can see the little plugs there that were in there that held it back. A little Tabasco sauce. I'm trying to be more open to Tabasco sauce because at least the way my taste buds interpret things, it just masks. It just, all I taste is Tabasco sauce. And same with that. I don't think I'd put Tabasco sauce just because all I'm tasting is Tabasco sauce now. I don't get the goodness of the noodle and the beef and the corn and the sauce. It's just not.
It's too dominating a flavor.
Yeah, just take it. Just yeah, that's all I taste. All right, we're going to get our canteen cup out because we are going to enjoy some Irish cream cappuccino. Let's see what we're looking at here. It looks good, I have to say. It doesn't look too shabby there. Wow, this is really good. You're going to like this.
Oh, yeah? I like sweet coffee.
It just tastes like a sweet drink. You got to try that. It's not too terrible hot. It's I don't know what Irish cream is exactly, but that is a good drink.
That's really good.
It's a sweet, hot drink. I taste more coffee than I do mocha, and I taste that cream in it. It's like that's a cool cream. That's good stuff. Very good, very good. Well, guys, I got to tell you, this whole meal, everything mixes well. The corn goes over the mac and cheese. The cheese goes in the mac and cheese. The crackers go well with the mac and cheese. So that's fantastic. This is one of the best meals I've had, and it seems like they just keep getting better. So let's get after the next one.